Welcome everyone to Lights of Miiva, episode 75. My name is Samalander, I'll be your GM, and I have some players.
My name is Zer, playing Lumi, the Circle of Stars Druid.
Hi, I'm Suda, playing Riisha, the Roguelock, and she's glad to be out of that stench.
I'm Mia, playing Beraald, the Ranger, and I have a giant raccoon companion named Lucy.
Hi, I am Sadie, playing Zari the Barbarian, who is going to see if they can't get banned from another city today.
And I'm Ashes, and I play Ibrahim the Wizard Cleric, and I'm here.
So last time you guys found a local guide, worked your way into the city, had a lunch meeting with your guide, telling him why you were in the city in the first place after visiting a Might Changer, and realized after the end of session last time that it wasn't evening, it was noon. So Wenzel left you guys to go do some personal errands. He said he'd be back in about an hour. It's around noon. Lunch is done. Lucy has that face covered in food, but not moving very fast because ate too much. Raccoon expression on her face, and yeah,
the food coma.
Yeah, the food coma.
Yes. And I believe we had ended with her having stolen everybody's food.
Yeah, pretty much.
She was under the table. Yeah.
She was under the table having stolen several dishes of food. It helps that Lumi and Riisha didn't eat any of their food, just drank some tea.
There you go. Certainly can't blame the raccoon.
Mm-mm. Although the smell of her burps is unsettling.
I'm so sorry. I will buy you more soup. My apologies. Also, if you have any more licorice, it tends to help her breath. I appear to have run out.
But there's always room for licorice.
Yes, there definitely is.
I wonder if they have any behind the bar here. And Lucy starts...
I know. Go ahead.
Lucy starts heading out from under the table, but she's, like, not moving very fast because she's too full to, like, go.
Lumi will try to grab Lucy by the scruff.
Oh, you have no problem grabbing hold of her. She's not even fighting very hard, but it's definitely that kind of that dog's pulling against the leash, but not trying super hard, but just waiting to see if the leash suddenly lets go.
Right.
So
thank you, Lumi.
Lucy, not this place. And I'll just give a small tug on the scruff towards Beraald.
Yep. And Beraald will attempt to scoop her up.
Okay. Barring anything else, Wenzel's back in about an hour. You guys, the waitress, that's the word I'm looking for, has come by several times with refills. At this point, Lumi, you're on your like fourth, and Riisha, you guys are on like your fourth cup of free tea. Like, this would have cost you in Miiva at least a full brass. Like, this amount of tea would have cost you at least a full brass, and she just keeps coming by and refilling your cup. So Wenzel comes back and looks around and sees that you guys are eating. It's like, all right, I do have somebody looking after Horgold. Probably hear back tomorrow or the next day. Is there anywhere else you would like to see different parts of town? We have the afternoon.
Are we still
Beraald is-
experiencing teleportation lag?
So you guys got here. It was your. When you left, it was. Let's see. Mid-afternoon. By the time you got to the bar, it was lunch. It's now 1ish in the afternoon, so you guys ate lunch about what you would have thought as a supper time. And so it's just after supper from your perspective. So you're not tired or anything yet. But it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to have an extra 4-ish, 4.5, maybe 5 hours in your day today. Before it's bedtime.
Iberkeet, did you still want to find like a large public library that might have some information that you were looking for?
Yes.
Public library? Wenzel is giving you a little bit of a confused look.
One that is open for the public to come in and browse books.
You can
Usually run by monks.
there are several pay libraries where you can go and come in and spend time reading a book. I can take
Where
it to one.
wizards do research?
There's a wizarding college in town. That's where most of them would go. To be frank, well, I'm not frank though, but I don't know what that expression means. Ernest is also a person's name.
So skirt.
Right. The point is, nothing in town is free. And if you want a free education, Kartuk is your best bet, but you're gonna have to be really good to get one of those. But a library I can take you to. It just don't think it will be free.
Well, Iberkeet, we have the coin. Would you like to go see if we can't?
Yeah.
Do
I mean,
some
what
research?
could it cost? Like a brass for a day of access?
It's something up akin to that. I haven't spent a lot of time in a library, but sure. What specific school are you looking? What specific?
I assume we're all like going through. Oh, right. This guy speaks Feyan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he speaks
That's right.
Feyan.
That's right. He speaks Feyan. It's everyone else that doesn't. Okay.
Right.
So I can talk with him directly. Okay.
Yep.
What am I looking for? I'm trying to gather my thoughts as a player. I mean, I'm looking for information on why the various gods are statued and how they became that way and how maybe to undo that, which I know has been done because I've read the Thorn journals from his sister.
Right.
So maybe mythology, religion.
Also, there's another matter I was wanting to look into, but I forget what.
Library
Like
out of
unrelated.
time.
The
Someone want to go look for information about the library out of time? Or whatever it was called, where Strix went?
well, I can we can go to there's a couple of big religious libraries in town. They tend towards the cheaper. Sure, come on, let's go. And he heads out of the bar.
I'm ordained clergy, if that helps.
Actually, it might. Which goddess do you follow?
Nadra.
Oh, well, they might grant you free access then. So Temple of Nadra. You probably don't want the local one. It's fairly small. If you guys don't mind,
Pronounced Nadra. I've been saying Nadra.
That was in character. Sorry.
It's probably my accent. I don't think they're going to be offended. Come on, follow me. And he goes, it's a bit of a walk though, so he looks down at your outfits. No, you have your walking shoes on. We're good. And he heads off into the city. Heads up. It's not very long until you're on a major thoroughfare again. Again, this place is teeming with people. Majority of which are human, but every race, gender, and ethnicity you can think of. And it is he's pointing out sites along the way. As you guys get back to the actual main thoroughfare here, it again is fairly ritzy. It's he is pointing out, this is this. About 3.5 hours into your walk, you guys are halfway across the city. You guys you're used to walking, right? It's been a steady climb pretty much this entire way. This is on the city's on kind of a bit of a hill. So it's a bit exhausting. Off to your left, you can see from your vantage point, it's actually lower enough that you can kind of see down into a large-ish open area. Not this entire space isn't open. This entire space isn't open, but there's large open areas inside of that. And you see in that area troops, guard, doing maneuvers. He's like, we're most of the way there. We only got about an hour left to walk. About this time, you guys it's getting late in the day for you. It's bedtime ish, and it's currently getting close to supper time. You can smell people are stopping to eat street meat. You've moved off of the main thoroughfare a bit and are starting to work your way into this section of town. Player knowledge, character knowledge, you guys are lost. You couldn't make it back to where you started, with the exception of maybe Beraald and Lumi.
Lumi could get back.
Right. Well, Lumi could fly.
He'd just go skywards.
Yeah.
Beraald's a tracker. Lumi can probably navigate by the stars. I don't know how much alpha that would be in a city.
No stars yet, so.
I'm also remembering that we had talked about in the 4 hours time difference, Beraald was going to try to go out to the outskirts of the city.
Okay.
Of the city and do a little hunting and come back.
Yeah, that was before we remembered that the time went the other direction, so that'll come up.
Okie doke. All right.
It's 5 p.m.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, 5-ish p.m. local time, 9, probably 10 o'clock, your personal feelings time. As you guys pull up to a large building. It is white, like very, very well whitewashed. It has a wall, like the front of the building itself is separate from its neighbors. Like it has a yard around it. There's a wall that goes across the front of it to the side, connects to the two neighbor buildings. So part of this wall on this side of the street is actually the neighbors' walls. And as you approach, the actual surface of this wall, from far away, it looks like it's whitewashed. The surface of this wall is made of probably finger bones or some similar small, relatively delicate bone that is fit together. Mosaic is not exactly right. Like all of the gaps between all of the bones are also filled with bones, and the very finest, like where there's too small to fit a bone, is filled with bone meal. The front gate is standing open, and looks like it can't, like there's no like metal gate or wooden gate or anything like that there. But it's open, and then the actual building, could I have anybody can give me a nature roll?
Oh.
Okay, 20. Yep.
Ooh. Oh.
21.
Sorry.
15. So, Beraald and Iberkeet. Lumi, this is a the wall of this building is very smooth and it has some interesting cracks in it. Iberkeet and Beraald, this is the front of this building is the back of a giant's skull. That is the skull is 3 stories tall.
Whoa.
And there's like windows and doors and stuff cut into it, but from the fact that it is pretty obvious as you approach, it's pretty obviously made of bone, and like the cracks in it look like a skull's cracks, right?
Like humanoid skull, like a giant?
Yes, a giant. Not giant, not as in big, but giant as in creature.
Right. God, even a 3-story skull, though, that's big even for a giant.
Yeah, you're seeing this too.
Beraald, one of your preferred creatures giant?
I don't know. I would love to let you know that quicker than I am. On the land stride,
it would be under favored enemy.
Favored enemy. Thank you for the right term.
Oh. Yes.
So,
Thank you. Yes.
so-
Giants, fiends.
Yeah, with a 21 and your favorite enemy, this is a storm giant skull, but this is not like storm giants don't get that big. So this was something special.
Okay.
You recognize by
yeah.
like probably the color of it. It's like almost electric blue undertones to it. that this was a storm giant before it was a skull.
Beraald will just lean over to Ibrahim and say,
It looks like this was a storm giant, but bigger. Does that make sense?
I'll have to ask about that. Oh god, I'm gonna end up having to cast tongues, because I'm probably gonna have you guys leave me here and I spend the rest of the day here by myself.
Right.
That sounds terrible.
As you guys walk in, he says something in common that most of you don't recognize. I believe Interest characters, maybe the only one of you that speaks common. But
Yeah, Criior is the only one that speaks common. I
Criior
believe.
translates for you that it's basically him saying, I've got some people who travel across the world for religious things. I'm having
Pilgrims?
pilgrims.
Pilgrimage.
Thank you. Got to have some pilgrims for you from the Feyan lands. And the response is to you, again in common, translated by Criior. Well met. What can we do for you in Nadra's temple?
It's nothing fancy.
So I try to explain to our interpreter in, like, layman's terms what it is I'm looking for. How common knowledge is it, this god statue thing, anyway?
Religion would be the role for that.
Like, is this a thing that, like, we try to keep secret? Those of us who know about it?
So, the 17. The iconography of the statues is common. Like, the fact that most gods are... their iconography is of a statue is common knowledge. There have been with the with not Horgold, Emberthorn's journals coming out. There is some undercurrent of the fact that their statues being... everybody considers it normal, and this is like... there's a certain level of... some people are arguing that the four gods that aren't statues are the abnormal ones, and every one of them should be statues. But like, this doesn't tend to escape the realm of the, like, people who think about and discuss religion, but it's not hidden knowledge.
Like, it's not a problem if I'm just, like, direct about this through the interpreter.
Correct.
Okay. I don't have to be cagey about anything.
Right. This is not like a secret that is kept from common practitioners.
Not that I know that I could be with this character.
Oh boy, there's a schism in the church.
That never happens. That would be ridiculous. The one true religion is always the true religion. That's how you know it's true, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's D&D. We can physically interact with the gods.
That accurate.
Lumi will try non-subtly to cycle through all the languages he knows to see if the people around the priests and whatever speak something other than common.
All right.
That will be Sylvan, Celestial, and Feyan.
Okay, absolutely speak. Like, you get a response in Celestial. Iberkeet, what languages do you speak?
Fayan. How do you guys speak so many languages?
Feats, probably?
Yeah, did you all take the linguist feat?
Feats and
I mean, Beraald
background.
speaks other languages because of the favorite enemy trait.
Right. Horgold picked up Linguist. Not Horgold.
I got
Criior.
2. I got the local common language, which was Feyan, and I got 2 languages from my background.
Background, right? Sage gets you languages, doesn't it?
And I got a language from Giant Barbarian.
Right.
Right, which is also giant, which overlaps with Beraald, one of Beraald's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that thing was mostly so I could nudge Ibrikit and say that if you want to translate through a different language, they responded to Celestial.
I just wish tongues was a ritual.
You want some of the candies?
That only works for Draconic, right?
No.
No.
Works for an
It
hour.
just cast the tongue spell.
It doesn't... It gives you one extra language spoken and understood for an hour.
Okay. Because, like, yeah, I thought I'd thought of that and then was told it only works for Draconic, even though it uses tongues casting to make it.
No, it's any... But it doesn't give you every language like Tongues does. You have to choose, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can take a couple of those off of your hands.
Yep. I'd have to. I give them like 10. I think we got like 20 left.
10. How many do you have?
Like, I think she made 50 at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, you're down to like 20-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, that will be very helpful. Thank you.
So...
Like, I don't mind casting spells. It's a 3rd level spell.
Right.
Do each of the different languages have a different flavor? Like, what does Celestial taste like?
You know, you've never seen. Never tried.
I'm going to guess vanilla cream.
Oh.
I was thinking something purple. Anyway.
Celeste, yeah. Anyway, I haven't thought about that. You choose at the time of you're taking it. So here's the question. Going off topic. When you change the language, does the flavor change? I think the answer is yes.
Yes.
So
Draconic would probably be cinnamon.
100%. All right, somebody work out the flavors. We'll figure that out for later.
Okay, we need a list of all the languages.
I can get you that. It'll take me a minute, so not right now. Anyway, so yes, you start speaking Common, which
including all of the monster languages.
Oh boy, some of those are gonna be real nasty tasting. You start speaking Kartukian, which is Common. To him, and you explained what you're here for, and he's like, that's a very interesting conundrum. He casts a spell. Everybody can choose to fail or submit to a zone of truth. Or sorry, can choose to fail or resist with, I think it's will save, zone of truth. So that's a failure. That is also a failure.
It's a charisma save.
Charisma.
But
Okay.
I would have failed that on the same roll because my charisma save's a -1 and my wisdom is a +7.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Oh.
So it's charisma, not wisdom.
Yes, charisma. So Riisha passed. He looks Iberkeet. He looks you straight in the mask, after casting the spells, and goes, "So, why are you looking for this information?"
I mean, whether I failed or not, I wasn't planning on lying. I just
Fair.
don't like having my will overridden.
Yep.
Which that's usually what charisma saves are for, by the way, is like your ability to like be master of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Sorry. Yeah, so I just straight up tell him I need to unstatuefy Nadra. I've taken one of the candies, by the way. I need to unstatuefy Nadra, and so that we can subsequently unstatuefy our friend who we owe a lot to, who is imprisoned by, yeah, you know.
Mab the Winter Queen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That one.
This implies both that Nadra can be unstatuified, and that the Queen of the Winter Court seems that it's important. Interesting.
My theory, my hypothesis is that the Winter Queen thinks that Nadra will help her in her war against. Is it demonic or infernal forces? It's demonic, right?
Yeah, well, it's negative, like evil outside forces. So,
Okay, so fiendish in general.
Fiendish in general, yes.
Okay, against the fiendish forces that are besieging her.
I think this is above my pay grade. But you are welcome to use our library. And he starts leading you guys inside. The main portion of this place is, you know how a like funeral home's waiting room or like main areas, like generally relatively comfortable seating, low music, kind of soft lighting. That is definitely the vibe you get as you walk into this place. This place isn't laid out for like sermons given to a audience, right? There are several groups of like priests and priestesses around the room. They are doing various like cleaning and similar stuff. There's a couple of clusters of, there's like relatively well-off person with a couple of others who is talking in a low voice to a priest. There's another that looks like probably like a grieving. A parent who has lost a child is a very specific look of grief. And there's a priest who has a hand, like they're sitting down in soft furniture. Priest has a hand on the shoulder of this person as they are like talking. And the other thing you notice is there are these conversations going on, but you're not able to understand any of the words, even if you have the correct language. And Lumi, since you can read lips, but you don't understand the language that's being spoken, you still don't get that information. But you're all led back into past the, like, I guess call it, reception's the wrong word, area, but past that, like, main entrance, which would be great for a really big funeral. Past a couple of offices into, there's a door that is made up of the long bones of a person, like thigh, shin, arm bones. Like,
Boy, it's a good thing my character got over her fear of this.
yeah. I mean, you're the follower of the god of death. They're the ones who handle all the bodies. You got to put some of those bones to practical use.
If this wasn't a temple of Nadra, Zari would be very concerned.
Yeah, this is like a necromancer hideout.
So the door is made of the long bones of a person. So, and it's very much like the exterior walls, where as you approach the door, the resolution gets better, and so you notice that it's made of big bones as you're far away, and as you're getting closer and closer, you realize that the smaller gaps are made up of smaller bones, and then you realize as you get right next to the door that there are definitely children's bones also part of this, from a femur that is 1 inch to 2 inches long, right? So it's obviously a human femur, but it is an infant, probably. And so as this door opens, there's just, like, it's just a little creepy for probably everybody except for Iberkeet, who is a follower of this god. And I don't know how much religious study you've done, Iberkeet, but the followers of Nadra tend to be fairly practical about the the remains of human after the human is no longer part of the body.
So, I mean, I figure, I've done like a few months of cram school on this because, like, I am a cleric, like, and so, like, I know like the rituals and practices involved with this religion to some degree. And I studied under Liorindal,
Right.
Dragon's character that is no longer part of the game,
Right.
But,
Yeah.
because he was a cleric of the same god.
Correct.
But I'm not proficient in religion.
So this is, you were told that the fancier temples, especially from larger cities, like, they use bones, human, Feyan, orc, elf, whatever is common in their area, right? They use bones as building materials in their temples, but this is probably the most you have seen of this, and you're like, oh yeah, that seems right, and now you're realizing no, Liorindal wasn't, like, it was kind of a, oh, ha funny, they build stuff out of no, he was being, it sounded like a joke, but he was being serious, sort of thing.
I do remember the temple in, I want to say Ava.
Yes,
Is that where I went to get the amulet removed?
I believe so. Yes.
That temple had a lot of bones, but I don't know that it was made of bones.
It wasn't. It was more like an ossuary where the bones were like the surface, but not made of. The other thing you're getting, Ibrikit, is this place is got. Okay, so necromancy is the magic of death, evil or good. It is both strongly. There's a lot of necromantic magic here, but it is also sanctified, holy. What's the spell?
Right. Oh god, it's tip of my tongue.
Yep. Mine too.
No. No. I don't know. I know the spell you mean.
Okay, so
The one that makes holy ground.
correct. So this place is both strongly
Hallow?
Hallow. Yes.
How?
So this place is both lots of necromantic magic here, but it also is also hollowed. You're pretty sure that if a undead got within 100 yards of this place, they would burst into flame. Just
Okay, so I just pulled up the hallow spell, and one of the effects you can have on a hallowed area is tongues.
nice. I didn't know that. That's actually
You can only choose one. You can only choose one effect from the list, though, and it's a long list. So that's probably not
what's here.
that's
Probably
probably not a priority.
No. Hold on, let me look it up.
The knowledge god might have that one.
It's courage, darkness, daylight, energy protection, energy vulnerability, everlasting rest, extra dimensional interference, fear, silence, and tongues are the options.
Courage, darkness, daylight. It is extra dimensional interference. 100%. And
Yeah.
the band type is undead. So yeah, you guys are led into you've gotten up to like a second floor type area. And judging by the shape of this room, you are now behind the eyebrow ridge of this skull. This room is probably 2 stories tall, and it is front to back, side to side, with shelves that are no more than 3 feet separate from each other, full with, I want to say books, but books is not quite right. It's books and scrolls and loose parchment and manuscripts. Yes. There are gates at some of the like, so you're walking past through shelving units, and then there'll be a gate that is locked that you can see down some of these hallways. The gate itself is made of, again, it is made of bones. Those are reinforced with bronze. Like, there's bronze cladding holding the bones together. And the guy, the person who led you here, who has given his name to you by this point, but I wasn't prepared for this, so That is a bad name because I can't say it. That is also a bad name. Void diminutives. Haha! Fredhelm Harald. So, Fredhelm, he's a he's like this is the welcome to the library. I given the language that you're speaking, I unfortunately do not. The majority of the tomes and stuff in here are either untranslated from their originals, or they are in, he would say, the common tongue, which you know to be Kartukian. He says, so I don't. You're gonna need to be able to translate yourself, or can you cast brain fart? The one that lets you read, comprehend.
Yeah. Yes.
He's like, okay, well then, you don't have to restrict yourselves to the Feyan works. There are a few, but you are welcome. You all are welcome to use the library. I don't. I get the. I'm interested to know what you find.
Have you read through everything here? Do you know the contents of the library?
Unfortunately, no. I mostly work funerals in the front. So we do have some learned who have read some of the library, but it's been collected over the course of centuries, and not necessarily all by this place, but collections come to us. But I'll ask around. You feel free to look, and we try to keep it organized by general topic, but there's too many different places. There's too many different topics for us to be specific. He's like, give me a little while. I'll see if one of our regular researchers is available. And he heads out of the room. Wenzel goes, do you it's about time. If we're going to get back to the inn, it's about time to be heading back. I don't think you guys can make it back by yourself. So we should go back as a group.
I mean, Iberkeet and Criior could probably stay here the night. I'm pretty sure the clerics wouldn't mind. Lumi, do you want to stay with them too, or?
Yeah, yes, please. I have had some ideas. Not sure this wrong language library could help, but maybe it could. I've had some ideas about the healer's kits I'm using.
Wenzel nods. All right.
Okay.
Well, those of you coming back, let's head out.
Also, I could probably get back on my own if you just point out the way I need to go to find the place before you go, and I'll probably be okay.
Mostly south and a little west from here, as the bird flies.
Well, good thing he can definitely do that.
So I'm sorry, who decided to go back?
Risha's definitely going back.
Yeah,
I
right
think it's
now
just
it's
me and
Riisha
Lumi
Zari.
staying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Crior's probably staying.
Lumi, Criior, and Iberkeet
Mm,
are staying.
okay. All right. So then I will go back. Beraald
Okay.
will go back.
Beraald,
Good
Zari,
decision,
and
because
Riisha.
Good decision.
And like,
because
no offense, but I've seen Beraald's stats, and I don't know that he would be helpful in research.
Everybody can roll a natural 20.
I mean, you never know when
There-
you're going to open a book and have a Jumanji animal come rushing out.
Well, aside from the fact that he can speak Infernal, and there might be books here written in that, but
See, never underestimate. But anyway, yeah.
All right. So
Beraald, it's probably a good thing you didn't stay with Iberkeet, because the last time we were in a library with Iberkeet, we talked to the god of undead. Pulled us
Oh.
in and had a chat with us. Yeah.
Oh, that, yeah, okay. Thank you.
so
Wenzel
I
looks
don't
at you like that's you. No, you were serious.
Yeah, I'm serious.
You talked. You're alive, and you talked to the god of the undead.
Well, not for lack of trying on my part. I was very rude to him.
I don't know if Iberkeet would have like told Beraald all of the backstory that's relevant to her in particular, because like there's this duality to the character that's like, when she gets talking, she doesn't shut up and tells everything, but like she doesn't get talking very often.
Yeah.
That can't happen again, right? I'm not going to be traveling with you and you just decide to insult a god.
Never say never.
I'm not going to say can't, but probably not.
Especially with that one, and Lumi will point at Zari.
I think at this moment, Beraald would share. This is Wenzel, who's an actual moment of commiseration with Wenzel.
Like,
So you get you like Wenzel can tell by your expression, Beraald, that this is a thing for you two, and he's like, does your group often go out and just insult powerful and dangerous beings and people?
No one said anything about insulting.
I'm frankly not sure. I'm learning as I go, honestly.
See, what powerful entities have we encountered? 2 dragons,
Uh-huh.
a god,
Uh-huh.
and the Queen of the Winter Court.
Uh-huh.
Only 2 dragons?
Well, 2 confirmed.
Several
Actually,
suspected.
yeah, that is, we've encountered like 5.
No,
but
more
we've
than
only
2.
encountered
We've
We've only encountered like
There
a
were
couple of them being dragons.
4 of
Lots
them.
of people with extra teeth.
4 of them you have encountered as dragons. Anya, Raya,
God.
what's her bucket and what's her bucket? Shoot.
The volley councilwoman
Yes.
and her assistant.
Correct.
Oh, you were saying
Bitra
councilwoman.
and Iris.
And was Anya the one I accidentally shot at?
No, that was
Beraald?
Bitra.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've seen in dragon form Bitra and Anya.
Okay.
But you
Does
know
the
Anya's the one where-
abomination?
Anya's the one we're trying to rescue that Beraald hasn't interacted with except seeing her petrified in the Winter Court.
Right. Anya was Han Solo.
Raya was also in dragon form because
Oh,
because
yeah.
they were fighting in the rage in the rage field.
Yes, Beraald wasn't there for that, but yes, the rest of the party witnessed Anya and Graya as dragons fighting.
Yep.
Whoa.
And to a limited degree, Griffith, because he's already dead. But
True.
we've kind of interacted with him
Post
post-mortem.
Post-mortem.
For previous episodes of Lights of Miiva, go to Salamander's YouTube. I personally am actually working my way through them, so I do recommend it.
All right. So Wenzel looks at you, Beraald, and goes, I think I owe you a drink, or you owe me a drink. Tell you what, let's trade drinks and stories.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. So Wenzel, Zari, Beraald, and Riisha. We'll start with your group. You realize that it was a 3.5, 4 hour walk here. So it's a 3.5, 4 hour walk back. Which means that you're going to get back to, it's supper time now. You're going to get back you're going to get back to the inn at about 9 p.m. local, 1 a.m. your time.
Zari goes to Winslow. Is there like public transit? Like
Public. I don't understand the concept.
like can you hire someone to take you across the city in like a wagon?
He thinks you could hire guards to take you across this, like to move crowds out of the way, which would save you some time. One of the things you've noticed is there's not a lot of, at least at this during the day, you haven't seen any real like wagon or pram or catamaran or what is the like people carrying. There have been a few, I should say.
Sherpa?
Sorry, what?
I said Sherpa. I don't know if I'm helping at all today.
Sherpa is not the word I'm looking for.
Rickshaw.
No, rickshaw is also not the word I'm looking for. But that rickshaw
Oh.
is another thing. What is it called? Where they're like you have a person on each corner. They're holding poles, and there's a sedan chair.
Whoa.
It's a team.
A sedan or a palanquin, depending on the build.
Palanquin.
Yeah, palanquin.
A litter.
Litter I got.
So there have been a few palanquins or sedan chairs going around. He's like, it's not faster, but it's easier on the feet. I mean, you guys look like you I didn't suggest it because you guys look like you were, from the look of your clothes, you're regularly crossing distances on foot.
Yeah, but those distances on foot usually don't include hordes of people, just monsters.
On foot? You mean on Zari's shoulders?
Sure. We can find some palanquins or sedans to take us. And he
Okay. Here's an idea for the future. You may know someone who might be able to work this out, but you get a bunch of carriages together and you organize them in like a dispatch and have like different routes, and you like collect like a fare and people will get on and you take them to spots across the city and then they get off.
There have been systems like that in the past, but there's the current the last one that existed died out because they didn't move through the city any faster, because the crowds are getting, I think we need to expand the walls again, to be honest.
Well, that's why you create like dedicated like roadways that only like the carts are able to are allowed to be on and stuff.
Sounds like It's really expensive to set up. Somebody should mention that to Magda. Maybe she could work that out. Knowledge history for those of you who are with Wenzel.
Ooh.
All of you, well, most of you except for Beraald know the name Magda.
I can't alphabet. Oh no. My history is a -1.
It's fine.
Like I said about the research assistant.
Let's see. History. Go.
11. Okay. Riisha?
Nah.
So Riisha
Not even
and
tried.
Zari, the name Magda is familiar to you because that's Raya's grandma, but mother.
I thought she was in Kartuk.
No, Magda's not in Kartuk.
Oh.
Magda's the ruler of the city.
Oh.
How did you
Oh,
get to
we need
Kirsch?
to talk to her then.
How did you just gotta casually talk to the dragon ruler of Kirsch?
Well, yeah, we know her daughter and we know her granddaughter, so we're friends.
He just stops in the street, just staring at you agape. I suppose you want to go to you want to just go there now? I mean, we were on our way back to the inn, but do you want to just go talk to Magda? Sure, let's.
Is there a friendly inn nearby? Because we're still suffering from teleportation lag.
You know, your friends are going to be in this part of town. Sure, you've paid. Okay. Let's go to a nearby inn rather than walk all the way back. You're paying for my room though, because
Okay.
I want to be there when you walk up to Magda like an old friend. I just want to witness this. Can I be there?
Well, yeah, sure. I guess she does like public appearances and stuff, right? And like Raya's there. Raya's in town, right?
I don't know if Raya's in town.
Oh,
We'll find
that'd
out.
be beneficial if she was.
Beraald puts an arm around Wenzel and says,
I like you better this way, honestly.
Take inspiration, Beraald, please. So
Wenzel's gasps are just flabbered.
yeah, so first thing he does is he finds you guys street meat. Like, you walk by and as he's like, so his flask are grabbed. He stops at a kebab stop. So it's a person, they've got at the edge of the delineation between like the main thoroughfare of the road and like where you walk if you're going to like shops and stuff, basically the sidewalk versus the road, there is building's the wrong term, but like a 4 foot by 3 foot. It's got a charcoal like grill with skewers laid on it that are deeply spiced ground meat on them. And this person is doing like on one end of this 2 foot long, foot wide grill, they're like adding raw meat to one side as they're taking it off the other, and the meat goes into a flatbread with some onions and peppers, like raw onions and peppers, and as people are taking them, he's like rolling the skewers down the line, so the like done ones are always to the far right, the raw ones are going on the far left. There's a little like box of these that he'll go in, and every little bit he'll come out with 2 or 3 more skewers, add them to the thing. Wenzel gets them. They're like a copper per skewer, and usually like get 2 or 3 skewers per wrap plus some vegetables, right? So he gets enough to give everybody 2 or 3 skewers, and he hands them around to the group. He goes, all right, there's an inn here, just a little ways further. It's the Rabid Wolf. It'll be fine. Just don't drink the mead, because it's where they got the name from. The beer's fine. Don't drink the mead.
What?
Does he walk off at that moment because Beraald is going to start to ask what about the Rabid Wolf mead?
Oh, the rabbit. Like he's leading you, and it's not far up the street. So he's talking around. Well, you see, the mead is fermented in bottle. And so 80% of the time, it's fine. 10% of the time, it is more foam than drink, and it makes you look like you are foaming at the mouth if you try to drink it.
Oh.
And the rest of the
Okay.
time, you open the top
Oh.
and the bottle explodes.
Oh,
well,
that's the botulism.
So I just, the beer's fine.
Can I roll to see if
Go ahead.
Beraald knows the word botulism?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not there. I said that. out
Oh,
of
okay,
character.
okay, right. Sorry.
Well, that sounded less bad, and then it sounded exciting.
I
So-
mean, it's every bottle is a little lottery. It's
Oh, that's a good. You should advertise it that way. Sorry.
I mean, it's not
Please continue.
my bar, and they did put you walk up, and there is a wolf's head, not an actual literal wolf's head, but like the image of a wolf's head that is on the sign, and it's just foam. Like the bottom half of the sign is just foam. And he's like, well, they did kind of advertise it because it's the Rabid Wolf. I'm gonna
I
have to
meant
mark
the
these
lottery
places.
thing.
Yeah,
The lottery.
it is a lottery. Not a literal, not a literally. He
I think
goes
the players'
in.
excitement about drinking. I got excited about drinking this, so I apologize if I took
All
this
right.
too far.
Nope, go right ahead. So he goes in. The place it's evening. This place doesn't offer food, which is why you got street meat coming in. But you're not the only person. You're not the only people who have a handful of essentially a euro or not exactly a euro, but you know what I mean. And he walks up to the bar, talks to the bartender a little bit, and you guys find your way to a table. That is in fact how Griffith is spelled, Ashes. Or it's not quite that, but it is not. It is spelled Celtically. Right. Anyway, so he gets over, and since you were interested, Beraald, he sets it's a beer bottle, like it's beer bottle size. He sets very gingerly a bottle in front of you and tankards around the table. He's like, well, next round's on y'all, because I think after the day after learning that we're gonna go talk to Magda, that Yeah, this has been a day. What day of the week is it? Today is the 18th of Parados, so the first is Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 7th, 14th, it's 4 days after Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's a Thursday. Sorry, I had to math. So it's a Thursday. He's like, I think she holds court on Friday, so we probably can get there. Anyway, he holds up his beer mug and goes, to a interesting time, I guess. Beraald,
And more to come.
Yes, yes.
are you opening your bottle?
Oh, yes.
All right.
And I'm getting my character sheet ready.
So
Okay.
roll 1d100. 1 through 80 is its mead. 81 through 90 is its froth. 91 through zeros, it explodes. So, please roll me 1d100.
All right. And before Beryl does, he goes to open it and takes Lucy and pushes her behind him. just in case. And here we go.
Or under the table.
So there's a thoop
Yes.
sound as the top opens up. It froth, like there's a little bit of froth comes out of it, but it smells like honey mead. It's a little sweet even. Like it's not a dry mead. It's a sweet mead.
Looks like I won the lottery. Huh, one soul?
And then goes to clink the bottle and against.
He clinks his tankard against your bottle. He goes, I guess so.
And then bottoms up.
Yep. All right. Iberkeet, Lumi, and Criior. You start looking at this place. There is definitely an organizational structure to here. You can feel that it's organized. What you don't know is how it's organized. Like there's no you don't yet have a sense of, like, there's no Dewey Decimal System here, right? So somebody at some point... Okay, go ahead.
So I had an idea, and I'm guessing the answer is no, this doesn't work, because that's how I'd rule it. But the locate object spell, can I be as specific yet general as a book on topic?
Okay, so thank you. You did. Describe the name of an object that's familiar to you. Since the direction of the object's location. You can be as specific as you want. Okay. So how I'm going to rule this is you are trying to make a very specific choice in what this spell gets you. If it doesn't find, generally speaking, if there's no valid version of that, it will just pick an object to locate. Like, so I would like a Arcana roll for these.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my question is, can nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon, can that account for the content of writing? Or is the content not considered part of the object as far as the magic's concerned?
I'm going to go with magic is very much about intent, and how well you are able to form your spell gives me how well you're able to be specific about intent. With a 27 Arcana, which is like the highest DC set off in the DMG, I believe, is 25.
There is, I think there is a 30 as near impossible.
Right. So you I'm going to say with a 27, you do find your locate spell gets you to a specific book. That specific book. Okay, so backing up a step, describe what you want to learn. Like, what was the specific thing you were looking for?
So, the thing that of the, like, specific elements of this idea, I think the one that I'm looking for immediately, because I think it's probably going to be the most likely information to exist, is how the statuification happened.
All right. So you are led a couple of false starts because the aisles, some of them terminate in walls, some of them terminate into other stacks of books. It's a bit of a maze back in the stacks. But you're given a direction, and so you go and it's down this aisle. You go down that aisle a ways and you're like, no, it's beyond this. I got to go back and then come out right. So you are led eventually to a closed and locked gate. And
I don't know the knock spell.
The gate is labeled in common. I don't think any of you can read common. Oh no, Criior can.
Well, I'm keeping my comprehend languages up since I can do it as a ritual.
So you can also read common. So this gate is locked, and behind it are tomes that the reason it is locked is not that they have dangerous knowledge, is that they are tomes and scrolls and so on and so forth. Very fragile because of either age or condition or other. Like, it is a very, like, stuff behind here is locked because if you were to just walk up and grab them off the shelf, you might turn them into dust, right?
All right.
And
so I'm going to need assistance with these.
Right. And about this time, an older... Go ahead.
As a wizard that spends as much time in libraries as possible, like, I imagine I know how to handle these things.
Probably.
But I'm still going to need somebody to let me in there, and they're probably going to want to do the handling themselves.
Right. You at least probably have an idea. About this time, an older, you hear from the front of the room, a older lady voice go, "Hello? There was somebody needing help?" Hello?
I'm back here.
I'm going to be asking Criior to go get us that help.
So Criior's like...
not responding to the language, just the tonation of the second hello.
So Criior is...
And I can understand what she's saying, but I can't talk back if the candy is worn off from earlier.
Candy's probably worn off at this point, because it's been about an hour that you got casting your spell and then like finding where it went, right? So Criior is, you know, that trope where like they disappear so fast that all that's left behind is a cloud of dust, and that's pretty much Criior heading back to the front of the room. And it's not more than a few more minutes. You heard a conversation muffled behind shelves of books, but obviously Criior talking to this person, and she leads him back to this area. She has a nice white, like, linen shirt. The holy symbol of Nadra is acting as a clasp at the top of her shirt. Not 100% sure how to describe that, but like the like it's attached to the front of her shirt, holding the top of it closed, right? She's got like leather pants. She's well kempt. She has really intense pale blue eyes and like yellowing silver hair. Like that kind of where somebody has hair going gray but doesn't do the like work to keep the like make it silver. So most of her hair was probably a brown at some point, right? But it's now that kind of yellowy silver color. She goes, you found the fragile section. Was there something inside of it that you needed? And Criior says back to her. So Criior and her have a conversation. Sorry. And she eventually gets out a key ring, goes through a couple keys, puts one key into a lock, says a phrase, turns the key in the lock, and opens it up and heads and leads you guys back into this area. You've got about a minute left on your locate objects at this point, Ashes.
Right.
And so you lead back into this area, and you come up with you point at you as the location of your object. A scroll is the wrong word. It is a sheaf of papers that are rolled, probably 20 or 30 sheep vellum pages. So it's a like 6-inch around, 3-foot long roll of vellum. She looks at Criior and says something to him. Criior says, well, I'm gonna need to cast a preservation spell before we can pull this out. She does have it prepared, but it's gonna take a minute. Or she does have access to it, but it's gonna take a minute for her to be able to cast it. And he's wise enough to go. It's probably a ritual for her. And so she sits down on the thing, crisscross applesauce, and starts casting, essentially praying for preservation.
While she does her ritual, I'm going to go ahead and take that ritual amount of time to re-up my comprehend languages.
Okay.
Since I'm not going to be doing anything else during this time.
Sure. Comprehend language is a wizard spell for you, or it is?
It is.
Okay.
It is not on the cleric spell list unless you're knowledge domain, I believe.
Sure.
And I'm grave.
Right.
For reference.
So you both take, a 11-minute or 10-minute plus around amount of time.
Yeah. 10.1 minute.
Accurate. So
10.1.
you get done about the same time, and she reaches out, and this is a modified version of shoot, what is that spell? It's preserve corpse, but that's the wrong.
Gentle repose.
That one. So it's a modified version of gentle repose. She reaches out and touches the scrolls, and Criior translates her saying, so this is good for about a week, but we'll need to get it back into. If I cast it, I can't cast. The spell will last for a week, but I can't cast it on this set of scrolls again for a month, because the more I cast it on the more I cast it on the same scrolls, the more likely that it will fail and that they will become damaged. So we need to get it back here before the week is up. And Criior, like, reverently pulls and takes the scrolls out, and it is not in Kartukian. It is not in Feyan. Comprehend languages gets you every language, I believe.
Yes, but if it's like encrypted in any way, comprehend languages doesn't help.
Right. Does it tell you what language it is, or do you just understand?
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text. The spell doesn't decode secret. It doesn't say I learn what the language is.
Okay. So you have never seen this writing before. And you have seen, probably you've seen Celestial written down, you've seen Abyssal written down, you've seen Draconic written down, you've seen you've seen and been identified to you dozens of different written languages that you can then translate with comprehend languages. It is not, as far as you can tell, a cipher, right? It's not a code or a cipher or similar. But it is not in a language that you understand. And she says, I'm gonna have to. I don't understand this one. She leads you all to a nearby alcove desk and very carefully starts rolling these scrolls out. And with the spell cast on them, they're not dry and crinkly and stuff, right? They do unroll. She takes small sand filled.
This is so obscure I can't even do a history check.
You can absolutely do a history check to try to find out. It's not something you have run into, but maybe the letters look similar. With a 20.
I mean, I have a +9, I'm sorry.
You do. With a 20, you recognize some of the letters as being Elven, and you think this might be some form of ancient Elven.
Oh.
But lost to history ancient. So she takes and she puts sand-filled brass weights on the corners of the pages to hold it straight. And as you're touching this scroll, this is somebody is writing down an oral history. And it is at least this written thing given. Give me a history as you start researching through this. Boy, it's a terrible
bad roll.
roll. Just terrible rolls.
That's a bad roll for me.
I'm gonna pop open Criior, and he can't read it, but you can. Are you telling Criior what you're reading as you're reading it?
Yeah, I can say this out loud, like the literal meaning I'm getting into Feyan.
Yep. Skills, history.
I don't know I don't know if that slows me down or not, because it says it's a minute to read a page of text. I don't
Nah.
know if doing it with, like, saying it out loud slows that down.
So
But like, if he's trying to write and keep up with it, well, he's Criior, so maybe he can write really fast.
he can, and he's like taking it in. He's taking shorthand notes, right? So he goes, given what you've said about the like intro, like as you guys got done with the first page, given what you said, like the first page is very much like who I am and why I'm writing this sort of thing. This text is no less than 5,000 years old. And it is describing events that are no less than 1,000 years prior to this text. So it is somebody who is, transcribing is the wrong word, but taking account of a oral history. And Criior lets you know that this is like, so so there was an oral history of 1,000 years or more. And then the original of this text was written, and this is a copy of that original transcribe. So the story starts with: the star fell from the sky, and with it the evil came. The gods cried out in fear and worked to restrain the evil. But it itself was a god. And so, one by one, they sacrificed their divinity to restrain what had come. Beraald,
Yes.
have you ordered more mead?
Beraald would definitely have ordered a second, depending on how that goes. Possibly a third.
All right. Lucy is like on your shoulders as you open your second one. Please give me a D100 roll. She's doing that thing where she's like trying to curl up over your shoulder like she used to do, but she's way too big for that.
Yes. Ugh. Here we go.
59.
Still.
It's still good. It's an 80%
Yeah.
chance. It's this one's a little drier than the first one. It's got a little more foam, but it's still pretty decent mead. And
So my thought is, oh, I'm so sorry.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, if he is getting successfully meated up, he will continue the drink. So
this one's
yeah.
a little more alcoholic than the last one was because more of the sugar has converted. So I don't know. Beraald's not a small man, so you're probably
Correct.
not drunk yet.
Yeah.
But you're definitely 2 meads in. Zari, what have you been drinking?
Do they have vodka?
They do have clear grain, essentially vodka, clear grain liquor.
Okay, and do they have like a berry variety?
They can do mixed drinks, so they could muddle berries and put it into vodka. So yes,
Yeah, that's what Zara would be having.
okay. So Zari's having a mixed drink. Riisha, what or Suda? What is Riisha having?
Nothing here.
Ah, so
Oh.
you're having water, or just nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
She doesn't even trust the water.
I mean, that's fair. So Risha's washing Beraald with interest as Zari. You've been telling tales, right, of your encounters? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So as you're telling tales, you are like he's bought. This is the third round that he's bought for y'all. And he's at this point he's trying to encourage you to drink more so that you talk more because he's just fascinated by everything that's going on.
Okay.
You've okay, go ahead.
So then the two dragons were fighting, and like I got in a rage too because this magical beam light was putting out like this rage aura that was making the dragons fight, and they dug underground, and I was so like raged up that I dropped to the ground and started digging after them.
But why would you dig after the dragons? Like
Because they were fighting.
See, this is so maybe I'm just a city boy, but generally speaking, if I saw dragons fighting, I would be running away. It seems like that would be a great time, especially if they've buried themselves into the ground. It seems like a great time to run away from them.
Oh, you haven't seen me get big. I mean, I can get big, like big.
Okay. So Beraald,
Yes.
you have been given the third drink, and there's a reputation to keep up for this place. So I want you to roll a perception check. You're not quite drunk yet, so not with disadvantage.
Okay. Let me get my.
Zari is drunk. Yeah, you're on your third. There's a. Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, Beraald, roll me a D100.
Mm-hmm.
There's now an 80% chance that this thing is made of foam, a 10% chance that this thing explodes, and a 10% chance that it's good. So, 1 through 80 is foam.
Okay.
81. So, nailed it. So, Zari, as you're saying, you haven't seen how big I get. You are covered in foam and glass and liquid as the top that Beraald like just finished popping. Like, so you know that cartoon thing where the bomb explodes and there's just like their faces covered in ash and that sort of thing? That, except for you and Zari and Luzi and what's his bucket, are just covered in foam. And Riisha, I want you to make a reflex save because you haven't been drinking and you've been paying attention. 15. Riisha ducked under the table in time.
And Zara just goes, woo!
And the whole tavern is like, whoa, you got one!
Oh, sorry. That rhymes.
Does this stop Zari from describing the fight? Or does she just keep going? She's just still going.
Yeah. She stops for a moment to go like, woo, how special, and then goes back to, so yeah, So we went back to the city after the whole thing like exploded and it left the ring of like stuff in the sky, and like I went big, and then the magic that was in the city went made me bigger, and then my friend I think Lumi, the orc guy who turned into the big goat thing, he cast another spell on me, and I got even bigger.
So how big were you?
Like, like, uh, uh, like 8 stories tall, I think.
Oh,
I don't know. The city didn't have that many tall buildings, so it wasn't really a good reference point. But yeah, I could fight a dragon like that. Yeah.
I I think I need to get another round. And he gets up and he stumbles out the like privy door, like the back door that leads into the alley behind the place. Beraald, another one is set in front of you. And the barkeep goes, "This one's on the house."
Hey, whoa!
This one's a normal one. So roll
Okay.
roll your D100.
1 through 80 is fine.
Yep.
Okay.
50.
Yeah,
This
wow,
is
man.
another sweet one.
Okay.
Riisha, you should try this. It's kind of like Lumi's cough syrup, but it really good.
It's like each one of, so this is a mixed drink, Riisha, but from the smell of things, it's vodka mixed with sugar and berries muddled in. So it's like 75% alcohol, and she's getting it in tall glasses, so it's a lot. All right, back in the library.
Riisha would just look at Zari's cup and go, no. Yeah, no.
And just real quick before we go to the important stuff, can I just say, Beraald has dripped a little bit on the floor for Lucy, like poured a little bit out on the floor for her.
Lucy loves the
don't-
sweet ones.
You're gonna let
Okay,
the
good.
giant raccoon drink?
Oh,
Yes.
it's a great idea.
Let's get dangerous.
Kleptomaniac even by raccoon standards?
Uh-huh.
We're giving the raccoon alcohol.
God, I hope she just passes out.
It could also just be for flavor. I just wanted to put that in. So.
All right. So comprehend languages lasts an hour. So you can get through this entire text, like this entire set of pages, within an hour.
Right.
It is, and Criior has a translated-ish copy of it as well. The main gist of this is that over the course of probably a decade, each one of the 12 gods sealed themselves and part of this evil god away, and for as far as when this was written, the gods have been missing that entire time. Please give me a knowledge religion check.
Guidance.
So, I want to. No, I'm going to inspiration that.
Sure.
I never
want
use
to-
my inspiration.
Yeah,
I
you
want
should.
as guidance for research also.
good use of inspiration.
You can give Lumi. You can give guidance. So an extra D4.
Do you want to roll it, Ibrikit, or should I?
D4. There it goes.
20. Well, DC of 20. So I need to open up a timeline. There we go, timeline.
If I really need it, I also had an 18 portent.
So it is currently 6532. In the year 6330 approximately, about 200 years ago, there was a reawakening of the gods that you, with a 20 with your religion, would have heard of. So some 6,000, and with this text, so your date system, or the date system, is known as, it is currently 6532 after Jet. With this scroll, or this sheaf of scrolls, you are getting the implication that the Jet in reference 6,500-ish years ago was this great evil that was sealed away by the vanishing of the gods. And approximately 200 years ago, the gods, in a very real sense, started reappearing, but they weren't reappearing as... They were reappearing in iconography of statue. Very stable, same... whatever, right? About 20 years ago, you know that a god died and was reborn as Emberthorn. And that god is now alive and active. So, from the timeline, the gods gave up their essence, or they gave up something critical to seal away a great evil, to the point where they didn't exist as far as the person who's writing this tale, like, the person who's writing this tale is, you get the impression they almost don't understand the concept, or they understand the concept of a god, but they don't understand the concept of a god as a being that can interact with the world. Does that, I guess, do you understand what I'm getting at? I'm trying to...
Yes.
Okay. And so the when you get done with this, the proctor, the librarian, takes and very carefully puts it away, and she lets you know that if you need to read through it again, or make sure you have translation right or whatever else, she can help it. It's okay for a week, and then it has to not be used for at least a month. So you guys have a week to come back and do this. And it's like about the time you're walking out of the front of this about out of the front of the church, it's like 2 a.m. You are bone tired because you've been thinking for the last, and talking and whatever else back and forth for the last few hours. Lumi, give me your star mapping check, please.
Cartographer's tools.
Sure.
Which attribute?
Wisdom.
$26.
You are looking up at the sky. There are portions of this. There are portions of this city that are well lit. This is on the more well lit side of this city. It's got magical lights, and so what you see is not very many stars, but one of them is moving in the wrong direction, and it just strikes you as, is that a star? Zari, you have spent a night drinking, you have gotten your room, you are waking up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You have to pee. Like, you want to sleep some more. You're kind of still drunk, but you're kind of not drunk. But you have that full bladder of your body's like working overtime to get all the alcohol out of your system. And so you stumble into the back alley where the privy is. This is not a super well lit portion of the city. Please give me a intelligence roll. Eight. You look up into the night sky and you see something weird. You're not 100% sure what, but it just doesn't quite get through the haze of the alcohol. And you are both awake in slightly different parts of the city as as you stare off, and there is a sudden flash and rumble as the earth moves.
Uh-oh.
And we'll go ahead and end there. So, thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to everybody for watching. This has been incredibly fun. Be back in 2 weeks. See you next time. Bye.
Oof.